I've always meant to ask you this. What exactly is the whole story behind Chris Brown claiming blood? I never understood this because Chris is from Virginia. And when he came out, he was still a teenager. And it seems like this thing came as an adult after he was already a multimillionaire. Am I right?
Definitely. He definitely did some things in reverse. When people in this situation would run from it, that come from that, he ran to it. Right. Now, years ago, when people would ask me this, I wouldn't acknowledge him. But Chris Brown has been about 10 years of him been standing on, I'm from Fruittown, Piru.
Well, he's not from Fruittown, Piru.
Oh, he's from Fruittown, Piru.
He's from Virginia.
No. Chris Brown, and it's coming out of my mouth, is from Fruittown, Piru. It's a guy over there, the same guy that brought Soulja Boy, Chris Brown. He's associated with Kyrie Irving. It's a little guy over there, real little guy, named Wack100.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Right?
Not personally, but I know of him.
Yeah. On Bompton on Instagram, right? That's, all of them came through him, right? Now, I'm going to enlighten you a little more. Rick Ross, you've heard him mention a guy named Big Duck, one of his security guards, right? That's Wack100's dad.
Okay.
Big Duck is a G homie to all us Pirus, period. So when you got that dynamic there, right? And Chris Brown, for the last decade, at one point in time, I wouldn't acknowledge him as that because I come from that, right? But for the last, he ain't playing with it. By now, like most dudes would have been retreated. When you see him, he got homies with him. He go to his house, he got homies with him. He moving with the homies. He functioning with the homies. He programmed with the homies, the ones he fuck with, regardless of where they from, right? So, you know, I don't take him for granted when it come to that. You know, if somebody asks me, you know, if Chris Brown's from Piru, I'm gonna acknowledge him today. Years ago, I wouldn't have. Right now, is he Game? No, Game come from that. Is he fucking Kendrick? No, Kendrick comes from that. But he has done the things that he needed to do from what I'm seeing and understanding, you know, to get his respect when it come to that. So I definitely acknowledge that's where he's from. Now, yeah, he's from Virginia or whatever, but he rooted in Fruittown, Piru, and the Fruittown Pirus is embracing him, and he hasn't done anything that I know of to go against that, to violate that. So as far as Wack is concerned, I acknowledge him as a Piru.
But what does that mean to a multi-million-dollar adult?
You gotta ask him that, because
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not
coming from that, right? I try to create my divisions and my walls, right? I'ma always be that. But we were trying to get out of it. We were trying to break out of it. CB broke into it. So I don't know. Maybe it's in his heart. You know, maybe, you know, I know what it feels like to just, that's your mentality. You know, I come from that as a youth when I was younger. So I don't know. That's a question for CB. Like, what is it doing for you, or what's your drive to that? You know, maybe you just love the homies. Maybe you love the life.